Rotel has been a brand which has been very, very popular in the hi-fi stereo segment. I mean, some of their products have hit the shelves like crazy, and I'm talking about the power amplifiers, integrated amplifiers, normal stereo amplifier, multi-channel amplifiers, tuners, streamers. They have got a wide range of amplifiers, and it's been a company which has been known for that. And today I got a chance to interact with Daren Orth, who is the CTO as well as the global sales head for Rotel. And without wasting much of your time, I'm going to play that live interview clip for all of you. Do check it out. So please tell us about yourself, how you got into Rotel, and what kind of work have you been doing, and just give us some details about you.
Yeah, thank you, thank you. First, I love Rotel. It's an amazing business. Rotel started over 60 years ago in Tokyo, Japan. Fairly humble beginnings. It really started as a factory, and there wasn't even a Rotel at the time. The business was actually an OEM manufacturing for other electronic brands. So the founder, he really built the factory, built the quality standards, built the operations, and he realized very quickly he had really created something very special. It was more than just a factory. He had something that was a passion. He launched Rotel just a few short years later. So first as a factory and then Rotel as a brand. And now since 1961, here we are 62 years later, still family owned, family operated business, still managed by the same original family in Tokyo, Japan, still with that same passion and that same belief of building and delivering something better. I've known Rotel for over 20 years, and I've had the privilege of working with them for 13. So I've been there for 13 years, really watching the business continue to grow and evolve and adapt. And I get to do two things, super fun. I get to work with the engineers. So I get to be the technology officer with the engineers, really heads down, that designing Rotel product. But I also work with the markets. So I get to work in the channel with distributors and dealers to really go out and focus on what we're going to build and how we build it and how do we service the market.
So I have been lucky to use some of the Rotel amplifiers. So RA 1572 or 1592 as well. So I see there's one switch behind that which is called the home theater bypass filter, and people can use the same amplifier even in their home theater setups. Am I correct? So do you want
Correct.
to share why was that home theater bypass given, considering that this is a stereo integrated amplifier, but you also want people to use it as a power amplifier for the flow standing? Is that the reason?
Yeah, it's that without compromise. Yes, we want to be able to deliver the highest performance of two-channel music. So if you're just listening to music, you shouldn't be forced to use a home theater receiver for that. And we want to be able to use the performance of Rotel. But back to convenience, ease of use. There's also that home theater bypass where that two-channel system then immediately and effortlessly becomes part of a multi-channel setup. Same performance, even bigger power passion in a home theater setting. So it's a fantastic function. Also very new, just released on the latest versions of Rotel.
What is this Mark II? Is this like the series in that product range, or is it the revamp in the entire engine or in the entire circuitry? How does that work?
Yeah, it's a great question. So when we look at Mark II to us is a technology platform, and it's a new platform. So it's the parts, it's the engineering, it's different components, circuit layouts. Maybe there's different DACs or different power amplification feeds or isolation techniques. So when we take a Mark II technology, we can scale that across the entire series of products, whether it's a power amp or a fully integrated, and without regard to budget. That technology platform of Mark II allows us to really improve the dynamics and refine the performance.
So for the Indian audience, I mean, the Indian music culture has got two variants. So we have got a classical music which is very dominant in the north, and then we have the Carnatic music which is very dominant in the south. Now both has got different kind of genres or different musical instruments also used. So how do you see that Rotel's hi-fi technology would enhance the listening experience for these different genres of music, right from classical to contemporary? How do you say that works for Rotel?
Yeah, great question. And to be fair, the real goal is transparency. So for us. So and when I go back and I'm looking at different genre of music, it's more than just genre. It's how music is delivered over the decades. So if I look at Rotel, right, there was music and it was delivered on vinyl or and then magnetic tapes and then digital formats and then streaming formats. You got high resolution, you got low resolution. There's a lot of music I hear that has no resolution, right? So it's all about looking at what the source is and really being able to deliver that as accurately and as transparent without adding coloration or artificial sounds. So it's perfect. It's that musical diversity. This is what we thrive on because it has to be music that can be Italian opera. It can be a Hindu music. It can be anything that's going to be music that we really know we can focus and really have that same level of experience regardless of the genre. When they're engineering the products, they love it. They listen on different musics, different genres. Some is fast, some is slow, some is a high tempo, some is relaxed. And I walk around different shows and demos, and I feel like the sometimes the bar is set to make Hotel California sound good, right? But that's not music. It's only song, right? But that's not like I need diversity. I want to hear everything, and I don't have to like it. I just want to hear it and sound. Yes, that's it. So that's the engineer. That's what drives them. They love musical diversity. They love different sources, and they really feel that that's where they achieve the highest performance.
Okay, so talking about the alliance now with the McIntosh group, part of Sonos Faber, through the Sumiko, how does that work considering McIntosh has got their own line of products? I mean, with McIntosh also being so recognized. So, how does that work? How do you guys share the technologies and what are the wins for both of these brands?
Yeah, it's a great question. We don't have any formal relationship between Rotel as a brand and Macintosh as a brand, but there are tremendous synergies between the groups. So Rotel as a group, the Macintosh group, our distributor in the U.S., our distributor in European key markets, we really have a great relationship. We work closely with them, and we have a lot of friends together in the industry. So it's really about looking at strategy. It's about talking about leveraging and building those relationships. Some competitive, to be fair, because there are products that are competitive, but that's nothing unique to Apple and Macintosh. It's a competitive business, which we love. We love competition. We love the ability to really engineer and market Rotel as a premium brand. So great relationship, great people in the groups. And whether it's talking about sales or opportunity or price points or performance, or even sometimes technology discussions, they're hands off a bit because there's no formal relationship, but we have great friends. We have great relationship with them.
Got it. There's not much of technology exchange also happening then, considering that this is just an alliance which is more focused towards the sales. This is more like sales focused alliance and not technology exchange alliance.
Yeah, more of a strategy from a market standpoint for sure.
Rotel Michi has been one of the greatest inventions, so called, from Rotel, right? And we have seen that they first hit the shelves in 1993, then they revamped the product in 2019, I think. So,
Yeah.
what does this product count in the Rotel's list of SKUs, and why was it reborn again in 2019? Like, what made it change?
Yeah, it's Michi. Michi is a great story. And when Rotel launched the original Michi series back in the 90s, they did that to elevate and lift the performance. They created a Michi series product that were very different. The industrial design was very not Rotel. Those classic Japanese redwood side panels, square buttons and knobs, and the mechanicals. It was designed really for the Japanese market. It was a home built product for a home built market. Quickly, it became a global success. But what Michi did during that time is those technologies later found their way into Rotel products. So it was different technologies and platform and parts that then was able to really lift and elevate Rotel. When we were looking at designing a higher platform for Rotel, we wanted to do the same thing. We wanted to build a higher platform, better technology, better performance, really pushing the envelope, whether it was bigger amplification or more pristine and precise digital and analog circuits. So we built a platform similar like an MK2. This time it was Michi, but it wasn't even Michi. It was just a platform. We built it, we tested it, we designed it. It took us 3 years to R&D that new platform. In the end, we're standing and we're kind of looking at it and we say, it's absolutely Michi. It's exactly what Rotel did in the 1990s, elevate and lift the performance. So while it didn't start out to be Michi in the beginning, in the end, it was so clear. It was exactly that same elevation of performance that we relaunched it out of total respect as a Michi series of product. And already, just a few short years later, we've already leveraged a lot of those Michi technologies into the Mark II, in those MK2 platforms. And really, it was a great, beautiful, same as the original, elegant, same, really performance-oriented, same. So it's a very parallel path, just kind of 40 years later from the original Michi series.
Now, the next question I want to ask is a little technical. So, I've seen most of the Rotel products revolving around Class AB amplification. So, how do you see Class AB versus the Class G or the Class D, which is also popular in the home theater amplifiers as well as in the integrated or the stereo amplifiers or multi-channel amplifiers?
So yeah, it's a great question. Rotel, we've seen over the 6 decades technology changes. Of course, amplification from Class A, purely Class A tube amps. They were acoustically warm. The acoustics, they were also very warm in terms of the heat. Massive power. Then Class B, then Class D, Class G, Class H. Lots of different technologies, a lot of different amplification designs. Our Class AB design, and really the focus, is because we know we can control more of the solution. We have higher performance. We can lower the noise floor. We can bring out less distortion. We can really raise and really push the output peak power. But we do that because we control the entire design. We wind our own transformers. So we're going to start with high performance, high current, super low noise, in-house manufactured toroidal transformers, as big as they need to be to get that power. The materials, the copper, the steel, the winding, the methods, all of that we control. That gives us that base level of power. Everything else in the design we also control. The bulk storage capacitors, the filter circuits, the amplification, we can tweak and tune and really dial in that performance message that is Rotel. So Class AB, which is everything we build today, every product we have that has Class AB, it's really the DNA, it's the culture of the business. And it's not that one day we wouldn't have a Class D product, and it's not that the technology, but from Rotel, the brand, the heritage, the message, very much fits this design, and it really fits the skill set of the engineers to really refine and bring that kind of power performance.
But you have never tested any of the Class Gs or the Class Ds till now, right?
Yeah, we have had Class D products, of course, in the portfolio. And when we looked at where we were going and the roadmap and the message, we have everything now Class AB. But there's no shortage of technologies, and they're great technologies in different applications. For us, it really is about controlling all aspects of the product and the power.
Great. So moving on to the next question. It's about connectivity and compatibility with various devices, which has become very, very crucial today, right? We are moving on to the AirPlay 2 versions and the casting kind of culture. So how do you see that working in the hi-fi landscape? I know the S14 is very much there to solve that purpose, but many consumers in India are increasingly interested in multi-room audio setups, wherein you have got one speaker or one solution in each room, and you can play your own choice of music, you can control the volume. If required, you can even merge all these rooms together. So how is Rotel catering to this demand? Considering that as of now we have only S14, Do we see any new streamers coming up or anything else happening in that area?
Yeah, it's really great. I love music. I love music in every room, right? I want music in every room, not just a listening room. It's not fair that it's only in the listening room or only in a theater. Music should be everywhere. So we take a little different approach. Distribution amplifiers that can send music to different speakers in different locations are fine, but we really want to focus on multi-room music, multi-room hi-fi. So it's that being able to distribute multi-channel sound to multiple zones in a house. That's really the key, which is why today the multi-channel amplifiers we have are all, again, Class AB, controlling that power. The S14 is perfect. That all-in-one product can fit anywhere. It can fit in any space. Similar to Michi, it really is a path for us. So we have more products that are coming, even this year, to continue down that path of adding streaming into high-performance Rotel integrated amplifiers. Bigger power, bigger performance, expanding the feature set, but still keeping the operation absolutely simple. Hi-Fi shouldn't be highly complicated. It should be high performance, but it's got to be easy. So we're continuing down that path of supporting multi-room hi-fi and ease of use products with streaming and being able to support traditional sources and streaming digital sources. It's really in the path for us.
So service and support are very, very important for maintaining any of these hi-fi equipments. One is obviously because someone has invested a lot of amount in that, but at the same time, they also want to ensure that they continue getting the same experience or a little better experience over a period of time. So how could you elaborate on Rotel's after-sales service and support network in India, and how can Indian consumers confidently invest their money in Rotel products?
Yeah, service is absolutely essential, but we have an exceptional network of global distributors, and it's no accident. We align ourselves with like-minded businesses, from a distribution level to the dealers within those markets who really understand the critical need of servicing customers. And Rotel, we're very well known for high quality standards manufacturer. The reliability of the product is exceptional, but it's no excuse not to have the support organization if there's a question, if something needs to be serviced. It's got to be there. So we have a really premium after sales service team that responds directly from the factory with the engineers, talking to the distributors, talking to the channel, ensuring that we have answers, that we have product, that we have the support required to ensure. And maybe it's a question before a sale, during a sale, after a sale. It has to be efficient. It has to be really what we feel is unprecedented customer service. And we feel that. And the markets have responded very, very well, knowing that Rotel is absolutely there.
So, probably, I mean, if there's anything more that you have to share about Rotel that is not covered in any of these questions, you can let me know. I can probably ask you any of those questions too, or you can just directly share about them.
I think really just a bit more about the family. So, as a business, Rotel today is managed by third generation family. This is important for several reasons. One is it allows the family who's been making those decisions for our entire history to look at where they want the brand to go, how they continue that legacy of the founder, Mr. Tomoki Tachikawa. It's really that heritage, that legacy. So when they're making decisions, it's not based on a board or a bank. It's based on that passion. It's the family, and it's the belief, and it's really the confidence they have in continuing to build this brand. 60 years is not the oldest audio business. It's really not. It's young in terms of audio businesses, but 60 years family owned, managed by third generation family, still 100% is very unique. I attribute that success over those years to their consistency, to their confidence, and really passion about bringing music to so many fans in the world.
That's very true. I mean, with most of the other brands, you can see that They have now become a part of a conglomerate or a group, and they have a particular psychology that is now changing towards making the products, or even to getting the products out there in the market at a particular price point, technologies, etc. That changes when you have binding to someone else. So that with a family-owned business won't be there. So that's the advantage of it, probably.
Yes, for sure, for sure.
Great.
Yeah.
Anything else that you would want to add?
Everything's great. Thank you very much. I appreciate the opportunity. It's fantastic fun. Really, really.
Thank you so much. It has been a great opportunity for us as well.